Well, it's been a minute, guys. It is very windy today, so just go ahead and apologize. The muff will do what it can do. But it's better than it was yesterday. Buddy, it is 60 degrees out here. So it is not pure weather. Somebody just sneezed next door. Oh no, it is not pure weather, Mom. It is still Christmas break for me. Hello! Did you get yourself into some trouble yesterday? See, maybe, possibly. Are you guys ready for breakfast? A little crabby. It is like 8 o'clock, but it is, what day is it? Where's that house moved? It is Thursday of the second week of my break. So we basically took 3 videos off. So really sorry that I didn't give you like a warning. It was not intentional, but I will catch you up on what's been going on. Just cleaned these guys out yesterday. We don't need the light, do we? So I moved the feeders outside for them, and no one slept in the barn last night because it was 60 degrees in almost January. So let's get these guys some breakfast. You two waste more time and effort fighting with each other. Eat your own breakfast. Hey, quit. Eat your breakfast. Ridiculous creatures. It's all day, every day here. That's okay. Duke, is it breakfast, buddy? Does Mom need to fill your bowl up? I'm really glad everybody can be well ventilated and dry out a little bit today. Mr. Mans still over here in their pen. I gotta pick up these bowls today. I think finally 60 degrees melted all the ice. Good morning. Let's see, the slobbery friends. Good morning, Piggles. Good morning. Good morning, slobbery friends. Water in your bowl. Put some of this waste hay in their pen today. We had like 40-mile-per-hour wind gusts yesterday. It was crazy. And so I cleaned the barn out, but then it was like, that was not a smart thing to do because there was just stuff flying every which way. And so it's like 15-mile-per-hour winds today. So not as bad. Probably gonna do that before I let them out. So I did buy a second tartar feeder. Our tractor supply had like 6, so I went and grabbed one. Hi, girlies. Trying to knee? Plenty warm this morning, Mom. It's plenty warm. Here we go. You know where you're going. Let's get them out for the day. Are you guys ready to go? Huh? They have not really been like super anxious to be out. But yesterday I was in the barn raking, so come on. Let's go. Let's go, goats. Come on. Maybe. Come on, Buns. Come on, babe. This one's excited. I don't think you're gonna get anybody else. Yeah, are you gonna come all the way out with me? Come on, goats. Come on, goats. No, today it's not gonna rain or anything. It is very windy. Okay, so it's been 2 weeks. We went on vacation for like 4 or 5 days to Florida on the like 16th, and we were gone until like the 21st or something. And then we got back, we were home, we got back on Tuesday. Yes, and Grandma and Grandpa took care of you, and you guys were spoiled absolutely rotten by the time Mom got home. Yes, you were. Were you spoiled rotten? Say we cried and carried on because you weren't feeding us enough. Because Grandma and Grandpa fed you probably too much. Yes. Got home, kind of got regrouped. I had that video that I put out Tuesday already filmed, but we were both not feeling amazing by the time we got home. I had not really felt good the entire time we were down there, but like we had like a late flight. We walked 10 miles like every day that we were there. So I just kind of chalked it up to like I was just really exhausted, because I was. At the end of this semester, I was just really tired. We're gonna dump this straw for the pigs to have for bedding. So anyway, got back. Jeremy tested positive for COVID on Wednesday. So he was in quarantine until Tuesday, and he just was not feeling good. And so it was supposed to be take some days off because it's Christmas and we're gonna spend it with our family. We still have not had Christmas with our family. He went back to work Tuesday, but still just wanna make sure. His parents haven't been in good health. My dad is high risk. My mom just had COVID, so not really a thing for her, but did want to be extra sure that we were not going to give it to anybody who was vulnerable. All that to say, ended up taking more of an extended break. Thought not going to have a video that Saturday, but thought I would get the video that I had filmed out to you guys last week. Just didn't happen. Sorry. I have been posting on Instagram and TikTok. Having some issue getting shorts up on YouTube. I think I figured that out. So that is basically the top of all the waste hay that was in the girls' barn. I'm giving that to them to see if they want to use it for bedding. Pigs like to nest, and so that was the cleaner, not wet, didn't have a ton of litter in it. The waste hay, and we dramatically overfed them last week. So there was a ton of waste that I cleaned out yesterday. I just, that's a more productive use of it than it to just break down. They have a ton out here to sleep on. So last week it was very, very cold. So we had another one of our like really cold snaps. Typically don't have. Thankfully we didn't get a ton of snow. It was only like a couple of inches and it burned off pretty fast, but it did get like below 0. And then the highs didn't get out of the teens and 20s for a couple of days. The wind chills are in the negatives. Just to kind of recap what we do. The only thing that we really worry about is water for these guys. So I put a bale of straw in both the boys' house and the pig house. Normally I put them together, but last year they didn't really take advantage of that. What ended up happening is like all 5 of them are in this house instead of in the warmer house. Heated buckets. So I have these green ones, and then these pet bowls for the pigs. You can't use the deeper buckets for the pigs because they stick their head in it and turn it over. The smaller the bucket, the better in that cold of temperature, because what ends up happening is the heaters are in the bottom of these. Hey buddy, do you need food? And they freeze, even with the heating element below a certain temperature. So I basically use those heated dog bowls for the pigs. I give them 2. It's about 2 gallons of water. I do have to fill it up a lot, but they don't spill it, which is inevitably what they've done with any other heated bucket I've put out there. And then the boys get 1 of those green buckets. It holds 2 gallons, and the girls get 2 of the green buckets, and that gives them about 4 gallons. And my setup is designed to be temporary. I put it out Wednesday. I picked it all up Tuesday. It's not gonna be below freezing for another 2 weeks here. So my setup is really designed for a mild climate where it gets super cold a couple of times a year. So they all did really well. I went and got another tartar feeder from Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply carries these. They are, to me, a little bit expensive. I was able to get these 2 for $175 2 years ago. I paid $300 for this one. They were on sale when I bought them. I think they were $275 and now they're $300, and they're great. I have debated even buying a 3rd one at this point, but it does seem to be working pretty well. They fit in the back of a small SUV, but they're definitely worth it if you have 9Gs. If I had bigger goats, I might go with something different just because she's kind of a menace with them, aren't you? But 1 goat, we're not gonna bully people. It's not what we're gonna do today. Yep, you've been a little extra spicy this week. It's been kind of frustrating. So 2 of these, I have moved them out now that it's not gonna rain for a few weeks. They can stay outside. I want all the waste hay as much as possible to be out here because it just creates wet spots in the barn. This is was a huge pile yesterday. They all slept out here in it yesterday, like last night, which is excellent because it keeps them pooping and peeing out here, which overall is much better for everyone. Hi, Pepperoni. Hi, my sweet buddy. So our cold weather setup is pretty minimal just because our temperature is relatively mild during the winter. We do get snow, probably more than we get the extreme cold, but I just bust up ice. If it's gonna be 20 overnight, but then 40 during the day, I bust up the ice in the mornings, and then my parents come through at lunch. They don't have to, but they enjoy coming out here, and they take the ice, the layer of ice out of the bucket if it hasn't melted, and then refill the buckets for, at least for these little ones. They don't go in with these guys, but it just works for me. We might do in-ground heated waters if we lived somewhere where it was really cold for an extended period of time, or if we had extended periods of snow. Our whole setup would be different. Hi, Nuggie. Did your friend get into some trouble yesterday? See, he did, Mom. He got himself into some trouble. So my battery for my nets is not working very well. So I just bought a new one and it's on order, but Parker managed to stick his head through the fence, weave his head through the fence. And I don't know if you've ever seen goats do that, but it is what he did was he pushed so hard he went through one square and then came back through another square, and then had gotten one of the squares above also wrapped around his head somehow. And it was pretty intense. He was very upset. All the goats were yelling at me because he was in such distress. I did manage to get him out. He had stressed himself out pretty bad, was panting, but we got him situated. So new battery, and the fence is on. It was not on yesterday because the battery has just been dead, but this one does not do that, and she was my little escape artist. Weren't you? We used to go visit the neighbor all the time. But little Weathers, Pixie, were you gonna get him? Yes, I was, Mom. They just find themselves in all sorts of trouble. Link and Pepper have been very good, but I have had baby goats that are just hell-bent on being in trouble, and he has just been one of them, and it's just personality. Hopefully see our family this weekend and get Christmas done. I hope you guys had a great Christmas and you enjoyed your families and got to take some time off work and celebrate, and I'm trying to kind of take some time off as well. That's my foot, my sweet girl. It is my foot. hopefully we'll have the ultrasound lady out here before long, probably in the next month. Are you just taking a snooze? It's the time for bed. Have a happy new year. You'll get this, I guess, on New Year's Eve. Yeah, but everybody's doing well. It is beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful the next couple of weeks, which is great. We all need that. Need to get out some after being cooped up in the house. Yep. We're working on headbands for the next collection. This is one of the new ones. Has a, instead of the alpaca, it's 100% wool, but it has this sparkly, sorry, it's really hard to see, like a sparkly thread. So it's really pretty. So I have a couple that are this sparkly fabric. And I'm working on getting all the colorways knit up this week so I can take pictures. Hopefully pretty soon we'll figure out who's pregnant, who's not pregnant. I'm fairly confident that Nani is pregnant, just how big she's gotten. Not really sure about this one. She does not look pregnant. Pixie does not look pregnant. We know Twiz is not. Patty has started to look pregnant, and Poppy. Not, we'll try to decide who maybe we'll try to breed for fall babies. And we will do pin breeding to get that done, which means I'll just put them in with one of the bucks for a week or two, for a month, and let that get done.